welcome one and all to this horrible, horrible thing we've done. We're sorry, truly, truly sorry.
It's the worst.
It is pretty much the worst.
Pretty much. I thought this was the whole point, to be exactly the worst.
Well, you guys are doing a bang-up job, but I've recently watched a lot of YouTube videos that suggest that maybe you're not quite the worst yet. So last session we went into the city, met a bunch of people, signed a contract to go and gather some pelts of some hellcats, and ventured out to grab said pelts.
I just realized what we should have called the last episode. More than one way to skin a hellcat.
I just realized it still says session 2.
Yeah, it does.
It's always something.
World's worst.
World's worst.
So yeah, you guys got to where the hellcats are, thanks to the nice bright beacon in the sky.
And some successful teleporting.
Yes, a successful teleporting. You guys were able to kite 2 of the outskirt cats that were keeping watch away from the rest of the group, and managed to incapacitate one and brutally murder the other. And that's where we left that session off.
This does severely hamper our ability to get the proper transcode made. We might need to get a few more of these pelts just to make sure that we have all the materials we have that are necessary.
So as you're completing that thought, Borgath evaporates out of thin air. Oh, you guys are making a quick work of these hellcats. You're doing a great job. I'm going to borrow him real quick, and we will be back. Bye. And he grabs Thurkear, and both of them poof away.
I literally predicted that 10 minutes ago.
It's
exactly that.
It's the easiest way to do it.
True. The most predictable, No. Well, that was very unkind of him, because we kind of knew to have Thurkear, and I think Thurkear was the one who was perhaps most interested in encountering these little hellcats here and fighting with them.
Yes, I'm a little confused by that.
Well, I suppose he does have some sort of grander adventure for him to go on. Perhaps he'll be back later. But for now, Mr. Hermit friend,
yes,
calling you a hermit at this point does not really make any sense, because you're not really being a proper hermit because you're interacting with people.
Well, I can't wait to get back to my forest. That's all I have to say. Although I am in hell now, so that might be difficult.
Could be quite very difficult. Perhaps it'd be better to try and plant a forest down here in hell, because I don't know how long it's going to take you to kill the Tiamat thing that we're supposed to be killing.
That might not be a bad idea, but I don't think I have that spell ready right now.
Well, I was thinking to do it the traditional way with shovels and pickaxes and seeds and perhaps some water. If there is water in hell, is there water in hell? I'm not sure. I don't think anyone has answered that question for us.
I think I can make water.
That would be very helpful.
You won't want to drink it though.
Unless this is like the Nether and it immediately evaporates.
This is not the water that you're thinking about here. Speaking of which, I'll be right back, and I'm going to go stand behind a rock.
Okay. I do believe he is in fact making water, but not perhaps the water that we're...
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh gosh, hold on, I don't even have dice.
General perception.
Oh, that's a 5, 7, 8.
All right, sure. Roll perception. Why not? We're already here.
I kind of want to know what's going on, but not really.
It burns when I pee.
So no, he has sufficiently hidden himself behind the rock, though you do hear him grunting a little bit, because he seems to be having trouble getting anything to come out.
I was really more of the sort of supposition that it'd be more like a steam jet than anything else, just sort of immediately evaporating as soon as it made contact with the superheated air. But I suppose this was equally as entertaining, perhaps.
Stop listening! I got a little sob ladder. I'm not used to all these people around.
There's just me here.
Yes, well, that's a lot of people.
And the unconscious hellcat, he's here too.
Yes, how unconscious is that hellcat? I say as I come back around the other side of the rock.
As I recall, I hit him very well in the head. He should be very
first
unconscious.
off, roll me an Arcana check.
Who? That's you.
Oh, good.
You were the one that asked.
I did, yeah.
You don't want me rolling that.
Arcana, that's probably at the top. 13.
Okay, now roll a nature check.
11 again. Also 13.
I mean, it's alive. That's about as much as you can tell. It doesn't seem to be aggressive at this point, but you don't know if or when it might wake up.
I'm gonna hit it with my stick. Oh, by the way, I'm not a mammoth anymore because I'm talking. I don't know when that happened.
I mean, before you were able to just talk directly into my mind, and that was also very convenient even when you were a mammoth, so that is something that perhaps you could try again, if ever there was some confusion as to what form you were in.
So
you should really learn how to talk back. That'd be useful.
With a stick?
But yeah, I'll do the shillelagh with it again.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll damage?
No.
Oh, it was max damage though. Does that count?
So you hit this hellcat, and their eye opens, and then he kind of pushes his shoulders back and looks like he's getting ready to pounce. What do you do?
I'm going to turn into a thing. Hold on. I got which one has the best? What do I want? I'm a bludgeoning, right?
Yes.
You know what? I already was. I'm just gonna turn back into a mammoth and kick him in the head.
Okay, roll an attack.
Technically, I'm gonna stomp. I'm gonna stomp because that's in the cheat. 21.
You stomp, and he's not moving anymore. But he is also dead.
But is his pelt ruined?
His pelt is not ruined.
That is all right then. We still have to get at least one more intact pelt so we can make a proper trench coat. Yes.
Yes, that's true.
This will also make it a lot easier so that he doesn't run away on us.
He will not run away now, that's for sure. Yep.
All right, so let us should we go try and find another one? Because I don't think we can make anything out of the one that I accidentally cut into little pieces.
Well, we had that really great plan last time where we were going to wait inside that tiny hut, and then we didn't do that. So I don't have any other plans.
Also, I think Borgath is the one who stole the person who could make the tiny hut. So that is very inconvenient because we can't do that again.
That was Borgath? I thought that was that Tiamat feller that we're supposed to be working for.
We are in fact working for the person who came, but their name is Borgath. You see, this is kind of why names are important, because then you can tell the difference between people a little bit easier, as long as you can remember who they are.
Nah. That seems like a lot of work.
Oh, certainly it is, and I'm very I've only ever had a little bit of experience because I've only ever met a few people, so it's kind of a new experience for me. So I'm actually just getting very good at it because I'm very excited about the whole prospect. But we should really try and find some of these cats. When you were flying around as a little bird, did you happen to notice any other cats who were nearby and maybe not all grouped up as one group that would try and kill us all at the same time?
No.
No.
I mean, the first time I went out, when I was in the I lost my voice. There it is. When I first went out, and I was talking, and I was as the hellcat myself, and I was wandering around through there, and I saw there was a bunch of them. There was, let me tell you how many I saw. Masters, how many did I see?
About 30.
There were like 30 or so. There was a lot of them. I wouldn't want to walk right in there, that's for sure.
Certainly not. That is certainly not what I was trying to say that we should do. But we should also try and find some way to perhaps get just a couple of them out without having to bring the whole nest or whatever down in our heads. Would it be perhaps possible to try and to
yeah, that's my idea too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to maybe sneak up and get a better look at what's going on right now? See if maybe there's other cats who've kind of taken the place of our first two, who may be farther away from the other ones.
We could do that. Yeah, I could turn into a giant rat. They might eat me though. That's a bad idea. Hold on, wait a second. What about a little spider? I can turn into a little spider, just crawl along and take a peek.
That would perhaps be a good idea. I'm not really familiar with turning into things. I don't know
you should
exactly
try it. It's great.
Well, how does one do it?
Well, like this, and I turn into a spider. And then
Horton
in your head, you hear, "See, it's just easy. Just do that." Anyway, I'll be right back, and I scurry away.
While he is gone, Horton will continually try to strain himself to find some way to turn into a spider, or some other animal.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up on the wall a little bit. You said there's like a cliff there, right?
Yep. There's a cliff. It's probably about 30, 40 feet tall on either side, and they're like the nest you went into was in like a crevice in between.
Okay, I have a passive perception of 21 right now, and yeah, I'm gonna go up to near the top of the cliff, so I'm nowhere near any of them. I'm gonna crawl along towards the opening and look at where the guards were, and see what I see.
Okay.
Oh my!
I see what I see. Did we make it so I could switch into something?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay, that's fine.
That requires.
So I'm gonna be like over here on the wall somewhere.
Can
Right,
you
because
see
we came from over here.
You came from south.
Just generally south. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like from where you guys were, there was a kind of a flat area with a bunch of jagged rocks everywhere. Some of them were more sloped, and then there was this cliff face that goes up about 30 feet and then flattens off again. And where you're at is a little crack that's about 60 or so feet wide that kind of is jagged and gets smaller as it gets towards the back. And it has occasional jagged rocks in the middle as well.
So, theoretically, well, first of all, hang on. All right, well, I can see where all the cats are, and they're all just sitting there. Are they asleep, awake? Are they?
They're in various states. Some of them are prowling around. Some of them are tussling with one another. Some of them are eating various things.
Yeah. Doesn't look like there's any new guards, but there's just one over here all by itself up on the top of this rock. I'm gonna go talk to it. I'll be right back.
Very well. Not that you can hear me, but very well.
I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to cast Animal Friendship.
Okay.
We'll see how this goes. Wisdom saving throw, please. I did it so you don't have to look.
Wisdom saving throw, you said?
Yes, please.
12.
We're friends now. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So you cast Animal Friendship on this panther, and real quick.
Technical question: if I have to make a swift getaway,
it does not work. Animal Friendship has to be cast on a beast, and this is not a beast.
Oh, would I know that? I'm gonna say no.
Make an Arcana check.
All right. Ooh, 18, 19, 20.
20? Yeah, you know this is not a beast. So you know pretty much all of the beasts that are on the material plane, and you've transformed into this one, and you know from being one that there are notable differences between a beast and whatever this thing is.
All right. DM's call if I use that spell slot or not then.
No, we'll say you didn't. We'll say you knew before you cast it.
Then we're just going to back up over to here. I'm not going to be that close. Also, while I'm thinking about it, if I needed to make a swift getaway, like turning into a bird or something to fly away, is that 2 steps, or can I just go from one animal form to another?
Yeah. I believe you have to go back into your regular form first.
Okay. Good to know. Before I get super close.
Let me check. Oh, yeah, you can.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
This
To go for an in-between step.
opens up some tactical options.
It does, a little bit. Yeah, because running away as a spider, not a great plan, but, you know. Although I suppose I'm up on a wall, so that's a little bit better. They can jump and climb because they're cats, but still, I'm up on a wall. Okay. I'm going to go back to Horton.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to climb up on his shoulder, and then I'm going to turn back into a hermit. Well, it seems that I'm not going to be able to make friends with them. I was hoping that I could make them be my friend, and they would follow me back, and then we could kill them. But that didn't work. I would have felt a little bad killing my friends, too, but yeah, I'd get over it.
That is a very strange way to treat your friends.
Yeah, you just don't get on my bad side, that's all. At least your pelt's not worth anything.
I will try to remember this, yes.
I can make the earth really dirty, and then they'll have difficult time walking over it. But that's about all I can do.
Well, can you describe the terrain a little bit? Because perhaps if it's in a situation similar to what was back on the goblin farm, we could drop a wall on them again. Perhaps, but I don't know what that would do to the pelt. It's probably not anything good.
No, that would probably mess it up. I could make a big hole and deposit it 5 feet away. That's about it.
How to get cats? We have catnip? No.
I mean, and then once we do that, we're still going to have to carry them. We might just want to take these 2, bring them back to because we don't even know how to get back at this point. Where'd that beacon go? Is that pointing home yet?
No, nope. the beacon points to people here.
Uh-huh. It's pointing directly over the canyon.
Yeah. Do you know which way to go home? Maybe let me ask this in a different question. Can you show me the way to go home? Sorry, that was
not because I don't know how we got here either.
This is the beautiful error that I did not foresee.
No, this is great. This is absolutely something that we would do.
Absolutely, and I love it.
Also, your crop moved. Dang it. Sorry. I'm fixing things while I'm working.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we came from that way.
Do you have a
points
question?
in a direction.
Yes.
Are there plants in hell?
Are there plants in hell?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are.
Have we encountered any of them?
There are not any in this area.
Doesn't have to be any in this area.
Hermit would know that there were a few over inside the cavern where the cats were.
Were there any back in the town?
Well, there was the farmer area, but you didn't go over there. You wouldn't.
Okay.
There weren't any like parks or anything like that you saw.
It doesn't have to be that. It just has to be a plant. Oh, I guess the range is not far enough. Never mind. May have been looking at Hermit's character sheet.
I was too.
I was seeing transport via plant, and I'm like, just teleport back to back to town. Well, they said that this was to the east, but I don't think east and west and south mean quite the same thing here because we don't actually have a sun to orient ourselves. This is quite a problem. Would it be possible, do you think, I don't know if we're far enough away or if we're too close or anything, but if you could maybe fly up as a bird and take a look around and see if you can see the city that we came from?
Sure, I can give it a try. You stay here. Don't move. I'll be right back.
I will sit right here. Yes.
I'm gonna turn myself into a hawk again.
Okay.
To tiny beast. It's hard to notice. And I'm gonna go look around.
Alrighty. Give me a perception check.
Perception check. I have advantage when I'm a hawk with a keen sight. 12, 2. Well, I'm glad I have advantage. Perception plus 11, so 23.
Wow.
Apparently, I have really good perception, y'all.
So you kind of make a circle around and are just keeping an eye out looking for the city. And the city's fairly large, but you guys are quite a ways away from it. But you can just in the distance, you do notice that it's kind of shimmering a little bit, but you're pretty sure that's the city.
I'm gonna come back down.
Welcome back, little hermit. I can't hear Monkey.
I'm muted. Dang it! I said I'm gonna land back on his shoulder and turn back into a hermit. Yeah, there's a like a shimmery sort of a thing on yonder in that direction. I'll point towards the direction it is. Like, do you think it's worth just taking these two and we'll get just a little bit of gold for them and then maybe we can come back?
That does seem like a possibility. Perhaps there's much we could do in the town to pass the time, I guess, until Mr. Borgath brings back our fellow companion, Mr. Thurkear. Because I don't think we're going to be able to carry more than just one or two by ourselves without the assistance of magic. Or I guess perhaps depending on how on what you might be able to turn into, you could perhaps become a beast of burden and carry them back for us, but I don't know if you'd be willing to do that. I'd certainly not want to ask you to do something you wouldn't want to.
Where does it show how much I can lift?
Depends on the animal.
Right. Where in the sheet does it say?
Oh, it's just 5 times your score, your strength score.
5 times my strength score?
Whatever strength score of the
strength score, okay.
are.
16 plus 3. So 19, how much times?
16 plus 3.
Yeah, I was looking at a giant eagle.
Giant eagle is 16, so 16 times 5.
Oh, so it's not my modifier with that?
No.
Where am I getting the +3 anyway?
Is it times 5? Hold on, it might not be times 5.
Yeah, I can't think of a way that we could attack like 30 of them with the 2 of us. I can't think of many ways we could attack 30 of them.
Strength times 15.
Okay, so 16.
So 16 times 15.
240. How much do each of these hellcats weigh?
They weigh roughly 110 pounds each.
And how much do you weigh?
Well, fully loaded up as I am. Let me see.
143 plus whatever you weigh.
Yep, I weigh 243 pounds.
Yeah, that's gonna be too much for me to do that just by myself there. Let's see, what else can I do? I could be a more bounder. 18 times 15. That's 270. That's still not quite enough. I could be a more bounder, and you could just walk next to me.
I would be perfectly fine with walking. I don't have to be carried myself.
285. Still not enough. Yeah. Most of what I could do, besides like a mammoth, which we could do a mammoth. How about I just turn into a big old mammoth? We'll just walk right down the road again.
This sounds like a viable plan. We should
Great.
give it a try.
I turned into a mammoth. I lean down, and in your head you hear, "All right, throw one of them there cats right on this, right one on each tusk, and then hop on my back."
Perhaps we could secure them more adequately. I have some rope we could tie them on with.
Oh, I got some rope too. It's in my never mind. It's in my back now.
Don't worry, I have access to mine. And with your permission, I will cinch the cats onto you somehow.
Yeah, I'll hunch down so you can get up there easier.
You're going to have to hunch down a lot farther than that.
That's all I got. I'm already laying down on the ground. What more do you want from me? This is why I don't like people. Just stick to my plans.
Do I need to make any sort of checks for tying the cats on?
Yeah, make me a survival check.
Survival check. This is going to go wonderfully.
Does it help that I'm helping?
You can't help your mammoth.
I got down to make it easier.
Apparently knot tying was not part of my upbringing.
What'd you roll?
A 5.
A 5. So,
I mean, no, I actually rolled an 8, but I have a -3.
So you tie these 2 hellcats. So first of all, you're strong enough. You take them and you just throw them on his back, one after the other. One of them is, dripping with just nastiness.
I do
but
apologize for getting your nice pretty coat wet, but just dirty perhaps. But we'll find some water or something to clean it up later.
Yeah, that's fine. I just turned back into a hermit and you won't even know.
But you get them both on top of him, and then you take the rope and you throw it over, and you tie it underneath, and you throw it over, and you tie it underneath, and you throw it over, and you tie it underneath. And you step back and think, I did a great job. All right, let's go.
Okay. Oh, kitty.
Is a half naked kitty today.
Uh-oh.
She was naughty. She had to get shaved.
Still such a pretty kitty. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you Time with Lily.
It's the most important time of the day.
Absolutely.
Don't play with the dice.
Okay. So Horton believes he has successfully tied the cats to you, and you guys may set off towards the city.
I'm glad you weren't here when I killed a cat. right, off we go.
Indeed. What the horrible rocks they have here, they don't seem to have any sort of substance to them. They're very porous and volcanic-like.
Really wish there were some more plants around here. I do like me some plants.
Well,
I need both of you to roll me survival checks to make sure you're making it back towards the city correctly.
Well, that's gonna go wonderfully.
Hey,
Hey!
good news. Good news, everyone.
$1 for extra
$1
life?
for extra life. I gotta get that counter on here somewhere. I haven't put it back on.
So Hermit, as the mammoth, starts walking towards away. So if the nest is south, he is walking west. So he's almost walking parallel to this cliff, and you're like, I think it's. Did you say it was this way?
You did in fact point this way, and I know that it's not really the best method of navigation to simply go by pointing and gestures, but as it is the only way that anyone has ever really directed me, I'm becoming quite good at it.
That's fair.
Huh? What? I thought we were... Which way?
I would like to reach up my hand and take him by the trunk and sort of like walk like a little child, leading him.
Yeah.
You don't have any carrots, do you? I like carrots.
I have a ration. I don't know really what constitutes a ration.
No one does. No, sure. And you don't want to know either.
But whatever that is, I have it. If in case you are very hungry, we can try and feed your ginormous belly, I'm sure, with my little ration.
My
it is a
hit
very
points
little
for the
ration.
mammoth reset every time I return into a mammoth, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's how broken druids are.
Well, only once you get unlimited changes.
They're still pretty broken before then.
All right, well, I'll take your word for it, I guess. We'll go the way you're pointing.
All right. Well, in fact, it was the way that you pointed, but it is in fact this direction. Let us go on our merry way.
Okay.
And we shall go on our merry way.
All right. So you guys continue your trek in the correct direction now, towards the city. I need both of you to roll a d12.
Oh dear.
10. I got a 10.
I got a 5.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, you guys are carrying on. A few hours pass by, and I need Gavi, since you rolled the 5, which matched my 5.
Oh dear.
I need you to roll a perception check.
This is oh dear. Okay. It's 12.
12. Okay. So
I have a
you
passive
guys are,
perception of 21. Does that matter?
as a mammoth.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just looked at
It's the ears and the nose.
So you've got him by the trunk, and you're just kind of leading him in the direction of where you believe the city to be, and you don't really hear anything. All you hear is the clomp, clomp, clomp of the mammoth in a very steady pace. But as the mammoth, Hermit, like one of his ears perks up, and he hears this strange buzzing sound.
Hey, you hear that there buzzing sound?
It gets louder and deeper.
I do not believe I hear anything.
I'm gonna stop for a second and take a good listen.
As he
Alright.
points it out, now you can hear the buzzing, and it's quickly becoming a low rumble.
Am I able to determine what direction it is coming from?
It seems to be coming from your right, your cardinal east.
Okay. I mean, okay. I will first
Compass
and
directions
foremost,
are based on which way we're facing. Got it.
Yes.
before I try to address this, I'm going to make sure that I have a way of confirming the direction that we were going, so in case we get turned around or anything, I can still head in that direction.
Okay. Roll me a general intelligence check.
As someone who is in the woods a lot, I would do that too, right?
Yeah, you both can.
Okay. General what?
That's not great.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Or you can do survival, Monkey. I was just trying to give Horton a fighting chance.
27.
Okay. So Horton immediately forgets what direction you're going and is engrossed in this sound that he's never heard before. Not saying much because he hasn't heard a lot of things. But you're like, okay, we were walking in this direction. Now, what was that?
I'm going to remember it this time.
As you turn, you see about 10 little... they look humanoid, but they've got short horns, they've got little wings, and they seem to be like in a swarm, and they're coming right at you.
And they're flying?
They're flying, yes.
How big are they?
They're probably about the size of... I'm trying to think of anything you could compare it to. They're a little smaller than you are.
So they're in fact the size of the Hermit when he's actually a hermit.
Oh, that's right. They're about hermit size. I forget he's small.
What do you suppose those
are?
are?
Pretty small. I don't know. They're probably friends.
Probably friends, you say?
About that time. Let's see here. Let's just... Well, I'll just do it this way. This is for you, Gavi. 19 plus 5 for 24. Is that hit?
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
And for Hermit as the mammoth. Stop rolling it off the table.
I didn't roll it off the table yet.
15 plus 5 for a 20.
Armor class is 13.
Okay.
So that misses. Nice shirt, by the way.
Clear. Got it from my favorite Daxter. Jokester. Oh my goodness.
Oh my word.
Are you having difficulty speaking, Mr. DM?
So, Gavi, you will take 28 fire damage, reduced to half. It's 14.
That is very unfortunate.
And Hermit, you will take 22, reduced to 11. As it seems like two of these groups kind of split off, and 5 of them shoot at Hermit as the mammoth. 5 of them shoot at Horton.
Not friends! Not friends!
Most certainly not.
And I need you two to roll initiative.
Woohoo! Let's go!
Don't forget to click your token, which I can't do. Why can I not click my token?
Because
those aren't really tokens. Yeah. Initiative 15. I forgot. I used to write these down in the thing so we'd have a record. I done did forget. Sorry.
19.12.
Let's see how fast you can make a battle map.
All theater of the mind.
All right, fair enough.
What was your turn? 15?
15, please. Jeez, I wonder what these things are called. You're obsessed with names. I bet you wonder too.
Perhaps you can ask them after we kill them.
Yes, it's fair. We're in hell. They'll probably come back.
Very possible. This could.
How does that work anyway?
We might learn something here, because if we kill them, then they could be, like the one my fellow was saying, that they might come back as a lesser form, and then we could see how that works.
And then we could kill them again and see what happens after. It could be like a big old rabbit hole going down there. There's turtles all the way down.
This could be quite the experiment.
All right. So, Horton, these things have shot at you. What is your plan?
How close are they?
They are about 10 feet away from the two of you, but they are about 10 feet up in the air as well. They're just kind of hovering.
Would it be possible to... I forget how this works. If I was going to change my weapon, is that my action or is that a free action?
If you're going to what?
Change my weapon.
Oh, you can pull it out as your action, as part of your action.
Okay. So, if I were to draw my bow instead of my sword...
Yep, you can do that.
That would drop my armor class, unfortunately. But it doesn't seem to matter all that much because they hit me right off anyway. And I will draw my short bow and I will attempt to hit them. And I will aim at one of them.
Okay.
And I will begin to shoot arrows at him.
Okay.
And I get to shoot a lot of arrows at him because I'm a fighter.
Yeah, so shoot away.
There's one.
Okay, that hits.
I would hope so.
One of the imps falls to the ground.
Is he dead? Or is he just kind of there?
You don't know.
Well, I will shoot at the next one.
He's no longer in the air.
All right, I will shoot the next one.
Okay. That hits. Another one falls to the ground.
And I will shoot the next one.
That definitely hits. Another one falls to the ground.
And I have
another one falls to the ground.
One more here. And there you are.
Another
And
one
it's
bites
a
the
hit,
dust.
hit. Another one falls to the ground.
I love
Right.
this broad crit range that I have.
I know, right? So yeah, four arrows loosed, 4 imps hit the ground.
Oh,
Anything else?
I mean, I could action surge, but I won't. I believe that is. Oh, let me see. Is there anything else I can do here? Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Can't wait till I get that. Fun things.
All right. Hermit,
I would like to gore. How many are left? 2?
there are 6 left.
6 left. I would like to gore. Whichever one's closest.
Okay. You run up. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be good. 3 plus 4, so 8.
Okay, you take off running towards
7.
these.
Math.
You take off running towards these implings, and both of the hellcats fall off. You may make your attack.
Thank you. That's a 12 plus 10, 22.
22 hits. Another impling falls.
You didn't even get to roll damage.
They have 1 hit point.
It's 4d8 plus 7. I wanted to roll it. Anyway.
Well, roll it. Roll it.
No, it's fine. Horton's still in my back?
No, Horton's on the ground.
Horton was walking beside you, holding your trunk.
Oh, I thought you were on my back holding my trunk. I thought that was a little weird. Okay, well, then what do I have for bonus actions? Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. The remaining 5 implings are going to take on this mammoth. And they run up to you and kind of take 2 swipe attacks each. I'm just going to roll. We're just going to roll a couple of times.
Just roll damage.
It's 9 misses.
Correct.
15 hits.
Bless you.
21 hits.
Nope.
8 misses. Natural 20.
Also misses.
And another 8. So 3 of them hit you. One with a natural
crit.
20. And they do... So that's 2 piercing, 5 piercing, 3 piercing, and 8 piercing. So that's a total of 15 piercing damage. Horton.
Yes, I will begin to shoot at them again with my short bow.
Alrighty.
Uh, 14.
14 just hits. Another one bites the dust.
20.
20 definitely hits. Another one bites the dust.
10.
10 misses. So you loose 3 arrows. The third one, there's not very many of them now. So you were kind of getting lucky because they were all kind of clumped together. But this one, now that there's a little bit more room for him to move around, he kind of dodges and it goes right under his arm.
I will shoot him again. 19.
Yeah, you released another arrow way too quick. He's like, whew. Another one bites the dust.
I'm feeling
One
very
hit
good.
remaining.
Feeling very good about myself.
Hermit. You're muted, Hermit.
I'm gonna try to hit him. Crap, it was only a 28.
Only a 28. You gore him. You now have an impling on each tusk,
I'm gonna keep him.
and that ends combat.
All right,
I would
hold on,
like
wait.
to investigate the little implings that fell down around us.
So as you go to investigate, the bodies just turn to a black sludgy ichor and just soak into the ground. The 2 that were on Hermit's tusks slowly turn to black ichor and just drip to the ground. And
You said there were 10 originally?
There were 10 originally.
That is almost very unsatisfying because I was hoping that we'd be able to see them sort of descend into the lesser forms that we were told about. But apparently that doesn't work very well. Maybe we killed them too well.
Yes, well, I have found that in my experience, you know, reading the words and things, but when you kill something, you just kill it. It's not killing it too well or not well enough. If it's dead, it's dead. You just generally try to avoid it yourself.
Well, I must say that you must have killed them very, very enthusiastically because your raging about as a mammoth seems to have knocked off the 2 hellcats, and I was quite sure that I had secured them very, very tightly to your back. So now we must.
Well, hold on. But before we do that, I'm just gonna, abuse the system here, and I'm just gonna quickly turn back into a hermit for no reason. Great, my hit points are back. When I turn back into a mammoth. But narratively, the reason I'm doing that is I'm gonna tie up the hellcats so they got like their paws up like this, all 4 of them, and then I'm gonna tie them up so they're all 4 together, and then I'm gonna turn back into a mammoth, and I'm just gonna hook each one on the tusks so they're swinging around like little packages.
Roll me a survival check.
This could be very difficult because if I recall correctly, one of the hellcats only has 2 paws.
That's fine. I only need 2. Just did the other 2 just to get it out of the way. A what check?
Survival. As Hermit.
Survival. Crap. It's just a 29.
Yeah, so you have absolutely no problem. You have tied up and strung up so many animals
hogtied,
over
essentially.
your years. Yeah, these not even a problem. You tie them up expertly, shift into the mammoth. You've already set them up perfect distance for the mammoth, and you just pick them both up, and you're ready to go.
Well, that is very impressive. You shall have to teach me your technique and how to tie things up at some point, because I don't think I've ever seen something quite like that before.
Oh, sure, young man. I can teach you that at some point.
Now let us continue our journey, and Horton will begin walking in the wrong direction.
No. This time I remember. It's this way over here. I'll point with my trunk.
Are you quite certain, Mr.
I'm
Hermit?
quite sure. See that funny rock there that has like a really big nose? Looks like a sort of a goblin feller with like a really big nose.
I do
it's
see
right
it.
there.
I do see it. Yes,
Yes. We're supposed to go that way.
That little nose protrusion on there seems like entirely too big for its face, but I
It's
understand
a little
exactly
weird.
what you're talking about.
Yep, that's the one.
Very well. Let us go that way then.
All right, so you guys continue on your journey.
How are we allowed to ever? Okay, anyway.
So you walk for quite a while.
I come up with the best characters. I'm just saying.
You walk for quite a while, and you feel like you're getting closer to the city. At least you hope you're getting closer to the city. You turn back, and you can't see the cliff anymore. You've been walking for hours, and you're just exhausted. And then you suddenly remember, oh yeah, it never becomes night here.
Mr. Hermit, sir, it occurs to me that we may yet be a long way from our destination, and I don't particularly know how much further I can go. As you might be able to notice, I have but these tiny little legs, and they don't move very fast.
You want to hop on back?
Are you not exhausted, sir?
I don't think so. I only need like 4 hours.
Very well. If you'd be so kind as to carry me, that would be very, very appreciated, because I don't think I have quite the strength to make it all the way back in whatever form or function of this day, whatever that means down here. Yes, if you would be so kind to let me ride upon your back, that'd be very, very appreciated.
Sure, hop on. You can take a nap up there. It's quite comfy. I assume I've never been up there because that'd be a trick.
I just want to point out that we are basically the group from Ice Age if we killed Diego.
When you try to climb up, do you go like this?
No, I'm Sid.
Uh-huh.
So, yes.
Sid the Sloth. This is going to be excellent.
Oh crap! We just gave him another voice.
I picture it's more like the sloth from oh crap, what's that movie where the sloth is in the DMV?
Oh,
Zootopia.
Utopia, yeah, exactly. Zootopia.
I watched that at work the other day.
Nice.
You do a lot of fun things at work. I wish
It's
I did.
been real slow at work. This summertime and holiday season are pretty dead.
I started a video this morning at like 9:30. I watched exactly 10 minutes of it.
I did none of that.
So, Mr. Hermit, you may continue on with Horton on your back, but you will gain a point of exhaustion.
I can't. I was just gonna do like 4 hours and then do a 4-hour nap. No. What's the point of only needing 4 hours of sleep if I can't do it?
Well, you can, but you've got to take the 4 hours now.
Now
He can't get a long rest while riding you.
I have an interesting question to throw in here.
So that he would get one.
Okay, so Hermit is a mammoth right now, right?
Correct.
Yep.
And Hermit totally abused the system to stop being a mammoth and become a mammoth again to get his hit points back. Does that potentially mean that he also gets his stamina back?
The physical stamina, yes. The mental stamina, no.
Yes, but how much mental stamina do I really have to begin with?
That's fair. But at some point, you become so mentally exhausted that you can't hold wild shit anymore.
Yes, that's true. Actually, I can only hold it for
10 hours.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Half your level.
Yeah. Half my level, yeah.
So we just keep walking until he's.
All right, we'll rest here, I guess. If that's what you want to do, we can do that.
Well, I mean, certainly, I don't want to overtax yourself, but perhaps we should look around here for a quick second to see if we can find some place that might be a bit more sheltered and protected, so that it's easier for us to not be set upon by little things like those imps or whatever they were that were chasing us, that we had to shoot with arrows and gore with tusks, as it was.
You did some mighty fine shooting back there, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I haven't practiced at all. It just sort of came naturally to me. It's the first time I've held a bow.
Wow, fancy. Should have done that when we were fighting them goblins. We were back before we died that time.
Well, I did push rocks on them, and I was about to stand up and try and hit them with my sword, and then a lot of very bad things happened to me in very short succession.
Yes, that was not great.
Perhaps my proficiency with the little bow has something to do with the the magical thing which happened to us when Borgath came and brought us down here initially. The thing that makes us all quote unquote so powerful, which I'm not entirely certain if we're actually more powerful or not yet, although I do remember myself looking a lot more muscular since we came and had that little encounter.
I used to have a lot more trouble switching into animals, and man, this mammoth and I could have never done that before.
Well, I think that perhaps he was not completely lying to us in that regard, although I certainly don't trust him still, because I think anyone who sends you to hell probably is not someone worthy of being trusted.
Yeah, I think I could see that. Yeah. And he's got that really like every time he talks, it's so grating and annoying. It's just, I don't know how people can stand listening to such annoying accents like that.
Perhaps I should try next time we see him to do what I did with the arrows this time and shoot them so fast that perhaps he will not be able to avoid them.
Yes, and I could try with the tusks. That works out pretty good.
Sort of a large, wide area sort of effect. That would be very effective, perhaps.
Yes, maybe we could try that again if he doesn't sneak up on us like he did this morning.
That's
afternoon or whatever it was. I don't know what day it is.
I shudder to think what it is he's actually doing to poor Thurkear, because I mean, and Thurkear certainly does not seem to be one who does well in annoying circumstances. I can only imagine what he's going through right now. In fact, I would really quite like to know what that is and to see it, because I have certain levels of sadism.
I believe they call that FOMO.
Oh, certainly not, sir. I'm not. I don't fear missing out on that at all.
I mean, what annoying circumstances have you seen him in yet, though? Were you talking about the goblins?
Well, I think he was very annoyed that he wasn't able to be part of the arena when we were in the town just a short while. I mean, I guess about a day ago, or whatever counts for a day down here. But he seemed to be very enthusiastic about joining the arena. But as that did not happen for him, I think he is very put off about that.
While we're having this conversation, I'm looking for a place we can settle down.
Okay, roll survival check.
9. Right? Yeah. I had to find the dot. 19. Nope, that's stealth. Hold on. 20.
20. Okay, so you find a strange arrangement of rocks that seem to have fallen over on themselves, and you think that they are sturdy enough that they're not going to collapse if you were to find respite between them.
All right. I'm going to cast Detect Magic in the area and make sure that there isn't anything going to sneak up on us.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. You detect no magic.
All right. I have a druid and a...
Wait, you said these are rocks?
Yes, they're like rocks that have shot out of the ground and then they've collapsed on one another.
Can I check on the rocks to see if there's anything weird about them?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to use my investigation or history because it's rocks and I have proficiency in that because I'm a dwarfling.
Well, they're rocks, and you have proficiency in anything associated with rocks.
Yes,
So-
but I actually have like expertise on the thing here and I might be able to figure out what it is that caused them to like jut up out of the ground like that.
Just roll investigation at 10.
Okay. Wherever it is, there it is. Ah, 12. Apparently, hell rocks are not his specialty.
Wait, you rolled a 2,
I rolled a 2.
and your investigation is a +0?
It was +0. He's kind of stupid. Remember, it was -1.
Okay, so yeah. So you rolled a 12, so you're like, you look at them, and you're like, okay, they shot up out of the ground. You can clearly see where rock was pushed out of the way for these to come up. They collapsed on one another, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. That is as much as you can tell.
That is very encouraging. I was really quite concerned that perhaps they were going to collapse upon us, or something to that effect, or
Oh
perhaps
no,
it was
you can clearly see that it looks like they shot up out of the ground and then they like leaned up against each other. They look quite secure like that. Anybody could tell that.
I'm just not entirely familiar, perhaps, yet with these hell rocks. I shall have to break a few at some point along the way and get some greater understanding of how they work. As things stand right now, I'm just not as comfortable and familiar with these as I am the regular rocks from back home in the mountains.
Yes, yeah, that makes some sense. Yeah.
Well, if this is a good place to take a short rest, or rest, or some sort of rest, or just to get rest, this would let's do that.
Sure, I'll set up camp. I'm gonna go gather some firewood if I can find some dang trees around here.
You would be the one to find them, yes.
All right, roll another investigation check.
Oh yeah, I got a 5. See, I'm doing better than you, except for you got a 12, because you got a +10. I have a +2.
Yeah, so you look around, and you eventually find a patch of bushes that are basically just kindling. There's nothing green about them. They have these black thorns coming out of them, but they look very, very dry and very, very flammable. It takes you about an hour to find them, though.
It's a good thing we are not racing the darkness.
That's true.
If this was in the material plane, I think we would have already fallen into nightfall. But as it's not really that, we're just sort of here.
What if I used locate object? No, I'm just kidding.
You'd have to have some familiarity with the object.
No, it says, or nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. So I could look for nearby wood. Cast it at 9th level. No, I'm just kidding.
So roll an Arcana check.
Ooh. 5 again.
Yeah, looks like wood to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna light a fire.
Okay.
It might not last long. I'm gonna heat up some of my rations.
Yes. Do I have any means? Okay, I do. All right. So, because it's us, should one of us try and light a fire? Yes? No? Maybe?
I mean, theoretically, I should be good at that.
I mean, I would actually think you'd be very versed at it because you're a druid, but okay.
Masters went quiet.
You're very quiet.
I'm waiting for see what you guys do.
Oh, I said I was going to start. I was going to light a fire.
Okay. You're very versed. Do you have Druidcraft?
I don't. Funny enough. I'm going to probably get that in the morning, though.
That's a shame. You can't, because it's a cantrip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can only swap out cantrips on level ups.
I didn't even know about Druidcraft.
Druidcraft is Druid's version of Prestidigitation.
It seems as though it's going to be quite some time before he is able to access that particular feature.
A little bit of time. But yeah,
next level I can get it.
But you are you're
Next
very
level of hell, right?
Right, there we are. There we are.
You're very versed at other ways of lighting fire because you've done it your entire life. So you find a couple of hell rocks and you know how to scrape them together and bang them together. You eventually get a spark, and it's all it takes is a spark. And these thorny, bushy twigs that you've brought back just erupt in flame. And it's a lot bigger fire than you expected, and it burns a lot hotter than you expected.
Wow! I'm gonna back up.
Well, I suppose it makes sense that this would be hotter because it's already very hot down here. So
It is quite warm, yeah.
I almost wonder if we maybe could have just hung the rations in the breeze and heated them up that way.
Yeah, maybe you might. You bring up a good point there, Sonny. You know, people say you're not very bright, but I don't know if that's true.
Both of you roll me an intelligence check.
That's gonna go great. Actually, 21.
6.
So, Horton, you back up from this fire, but Hermit, you have a moment of clarity and suddenly go, wait a second, didn't Borgath give us fire resistance? Why is this fire so hot? Shouldn't it be about as normal as other fire?
It should. That's true. Insight check. That's not the right thing.
No, it's not.
Can I learn anything about it from?
Sure, what do you do to
noticing
learn
this?
about it?
I don't know. I don't have anything else I can test it against.
That's not true at all.
Well, I
Out of
have.
here.
Don't I have anything in here? I have my tinder box.
I think Gavi knows exactly what I'm thinking.
I can think of like 2 things that would be useful to check on, but I'm not sure exactly what the roles would be. I'm trying not to metagame.
I know. I mean, I'm probably just gonna put some rations in it and see how they cook.
Okay. Yeah. So you put rations in it like you've done 100,000 times. Cooks normally. Nothing out of the ordinary there.
Well, it feels real hot for us, but you know, it looks like it cooks normally. You want some?
Certainly I do, sir. Thank you very much. I still don't know what's in these. I still don't know necessarily what's in these rations, but and it's
Well,
certainly
I made these myself. These are special. I'm not telling you what's in them though.
now I suddenly want very much to know what is in them.
Just a lot of like plants and herbs and spices and some meat from some things.
What's the D&D version of roadkill?
Cobalt?
Probably.
Well, I'll take the first watch if you want to take a little rest.
Oh, certainly I do, sir. You see, I'm very, very tired, and my short little legs are very much in need of a rest. So I will gladly appreciate your kind offer of taking the first watch.
Should have put you on my back earlier. That was silly.
It is all right. I suppose I need to get myself in proper adventuring shape, and this is the only way properly to do it. And with that, he will go to sleep.
Okay. So I guess Mr. Hermit is taking the first watch.
Yep.
All right. Perception check.
Perception. Ooh. 29.
Roll a d12.
Roll a d12. 4.
Okay. So you said you roll a 29?
Yep.
So you're looking around, making sure nothing crazy happens while Horton here gets his rest in. And you can't help but think about that fire. By your estimate, by the amount of twigs you brought back, this fire should have burned out a long time ago. But it's still going. And it doesn't look like it's used very much fuel at all from what you brought back. You start to play around with it a little bit.
I'm pulling twigs out and holding them up.
Twigs out, holding them up. And you reach your hand in to grab a twig, and it burns you. And you take 5 fire damage.
Ow!
And you think back, well, normally that would have, not been as bad.
Dang hellfire!
That fire was not reduced. The fire damage was negated. Or the fire resistance was negated by this fire. But 3 hours pass by. Horton, you come to consciousness, feeling much better, more well rested. And you guys can swap out.
If you would like to, Mr. Hermit, I can take the next watch, and then you can get some rest, sir.
Sure, we'll have that Thurkear, thirstier fellow. He'll do the third watch.
We will certainly see how that works out.
Right. Night then.
Good night. Sleep tight.
Watch out for that fire. It's still really hot.
I will be very careful.
Horton, perception check.
This is going to go wonderfully. It went very well.
Nice.
It did go wonderfully.
Now roll a d12.
I see everything.
You just walk around hell saying, I see dead people.
Okay. So,
Don't give me ideas.
you sit here.
Ghost banana.
You sit here keeping an eye out. You occasionally hear things off in the distance, but nothing ever approaches or comes your direction. 2 hours pass by, and the hermit comes out of his trance.
May I investigate the little sticks that are not on fire?
Yeah, sure. What do you do with them?
I'd like to break them a little bit and see if there's like any sort of resin or sap, and see if I can figure out perhaps why it is that the fire that these are causing is hotter than the fire that's everywhere else.
Sure. So you break one open. There is a brownish black goo that seems to come out of them. They are. It's fairly thick. It's pretty viscous, but it's also a little sticky.
You know it's coming next, right?
I don't. That's the beauty of this game.
He's gonna lick it.
I'd like to taste the liquid.
Okay.
Can I get inspiration for that?
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I think I've got it.
Called it.
21.
So you lick this thing, but your brain rejects it so hard.
As he does it, I'm like, ah!
You only get a little. The tip of your tongue barely touches it, and your brain goes, "Nope."
I'm currently having a staring contest with my cat. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
I wouldn't do. Okay, that was good. I don't do that.
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. You should go back to sleep. I am simply I've got everything under control. I was just curious about what it was that was making the fire burn so hot. Don't let it concern you. Get all the rest you need.
Okay.
Having had this most horrific experience,
You are well rested, by the way.
oh, that's good news.
Monkey. Both of
You said it's like you said half of what we would normally need down here.
Yeah. Not down here, just in general. Our long rests are 6 hours. 3 hours of actual sleep, 3 hours of not sleep. So for Horton and Thurkear, it's 3 hours of light activity and then 3 hours of sleeping. For you, it's 3 hours of light activity, 2 hours of trance, and then 1 hour of light activity.
Oh, I should also roll hit dice. That's probably a good idea.
Yes, and you may roll hit dice if you so choose.
Well, first I'm going to see if I'm going to take any more hit points and damage before I roll hit dice.
So long rest doesn't auto heal.
Nope.
No. Long
You
rest
have to
is
have
not auto heal.
full rest.
I forgot about that.
You said there's like little thorns and things.
Yes, there are little black thorns that just randomly spread throughout the twigs.
Oh, I forgot that. I would have done some healing spells before I did the long rest then.
Would it be possible?
I'll do it later. I learned.
So I have a little hammer in my adventuring kit. Would it be possible to like lay out some of these twigs on like a rock and then like hit them with a hammer and try to like mush out a bunch of this sap or whatever it is?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna do that and then just kind of like wrap that up and take it with me in case it becomes useful at some point in the future.
Okay, what are you wrapping it up in?
It's a great question. Certainly not my mother's beard hair woven handkerchief. Not that. Let me see. You know, it's a great question. I have a small pouch which does not really have any other thing in it right now. So just put it in there.
Okay. How much are you putting in there?
Well, you said that we didn't have like all that much of this to work with, so just like
There are probably a handful of twigs that haven't been set on fire yet. You could probably get about an ounce of ichor out of them. But there are, now that you know what you're looking for, you could probably find more if you want.
I'll just work with what we have because I don't want to leave my friend here unattended, even though I am very, very aware of everything that's going on around me. It's as though I've just had a lot of coffee and I can find everything. But in case there's some sort of thing that I'm not able to perceive, I'm just going to very carefully, and I'm going to take what we have, and I'm going to put that in a little pouch in case we should find a use for it later on.
Okay, in ichor form or in twig form?
In the ichor form, because it seems like perhaps that might be more flammable and easily catchable on firing in the future.
Okay.
Right.
So you have put about an ounce of ichor in a sack.
All right.
Sounds good.
And I would like to look for some herbs when I get up to for healing potion ingredients.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll me Arcana.
10.
Now roll me Nature.
18.
Now roll Survival +5.
Oh God.
Too much math.
19.
19.
It's a bad roll.
So you are able to find a few ingredients that look like what you typically would put in a health potion, but being down here in hell, they don't look exactly right. So you can pick those for now, and you have enough. You find enough to make one potion. You're just not entirely sure it's going to be a health potion.
All right. Custom add items. Where's that?
Oh, I forgot to roll health hit dice.
I rolled 8 of them. I have learned my lesson. Before I sleep, I should run the healing spells.
I forgot how to do hit dice.
It's under short rest.
Ah. Oh wow. It's 11. I'll just do 2 of these. Oh yeah, that's plenty.
Alrighty then.
I only went back up to 151 out of my total, but it's close enough.
I'm short 8. I'm not really worried about that.
Short 12.
Well then, shall we continue on our way, Mr. Hermit?
I think so. Look, I found these herbs here. I think they'll make a healing potion for us eventually if we keep getting these scrapes with these animals and the tiny little thingies that we find. I speared them with the tusk. That was fun, by the way. We should do some more of that.
Well, if we should find any more, I'm certain that we'll be able to recreate the results, because I don't think they were very strong at all to begin with.
I was kind of hoping they'd be friends, but oh well.
Perhaps we will find other ones that will be friends.
Well, maybe that's a good point. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else we need to do, or should I just turn back into a mammoth, pick up these guys that are all tied up here, and
Well,
on our way?
If you don't mind, right, turning back into a mammoth could be a very good thing. And if we, as you said last night, would be last night, whatever that counts as. If I could ride on top of you, perhaps I could get a better vantage point, and
Sure.
then we might not get ambushed by things that want to hurt us.
Hop on board. Here I go.
And I climb up this. I was gonna say I should have climbed on his shoulders to begin with, but no, that's a bad idea.
Alright, so you guys set off. I need both of you to roll a d12.
D12.
Can I roll a performance check for road songs?
Ooh, I got a 12.
10.
Really? You rolled a 10?
I rolled a 10. Is that what you roll?
Okay, so yes, you may roll a performance check to see. So, what instrument are you playing, or are you just singing?
I'm just singing.
Okay. Let's see that.
I'll play the
performance check.
trumpet.
I got the
Right,
15.
on Tantor. 15. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you start singing, and it
was the
actually
elephant
sounds
joke.
pretty good. That's why I said Tantor.
I don't get the reference.
Tarzan.
Tarzan.
Disney's Tarzan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you start singing, and it's kind of in rhythm with the steps of the hermit as he's walking. You're kind of like, it's almost rap, freeform rap, if you will.
I was thinking
but
if it was in
it's
time with the
beautiful.
steps, there's going to be more of like, do you need a break from modern living? Do you long to shed your weary load? I'm
We're
sorry.
going to California, eh?
Out on the open road.
And I just let out a big old trumpet call.
Oh my goodness. So you guys start your trek on, and you get about 4 or 5 hours into your walk, and up ahead you start seeing rocks. Not in your direction, just occasionally a rock will just fly randomly through the air. Just
Like flying through the air, not just like falling off a cliff.
not falling out. Like you see you see it like a small pebble, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then crashes into the earth, as if something is tossing these a very, very great distance.
We've now gone from Ice Age to Ice Age 2.
I was thinking Narnia, but okay.
Fair enough.
So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna be like, do you think maybe we should stop and see whatever that is?
Well, do we know where they're coming from? Can we see what direction that they're flying from?
They seem to be coming general direction of the way you guys are headed.
Oh.
Yeah, right in front of us.
Can you describe the terrain to us a little bit more? Is it just like a wide open field and there are rocks falling all around it?
It's pretty wide open. There are random shoots of what would be a stalagmite, but they're not stalagmites. Just random jettisoning throughout, and then these rocks seem like big, large pieces of earth. They're just being thrown and landing and creating small craters.
Are we able to see to either side of the sort of plane in front of us? If they're landing to either side, it would be possible perhaps to walk around?
They seem to be going in all kinds of directions. They don't seem to be going into the same spot or one side or the other. Almost like they're just being randomly thrown.
Well, you want me to turn into a bird and fly around and go look?
Perhaps you could do that, or do you have a giant tortoise in there anywhere? See.
Please hold.
High enough AC, you know.
Don't see tortoise. Giant snapping turtle.
He might not do so well in the heat. Not that you don't have heat resistance, but you know. Horton's not that intelligent.
By the way, Horton, where did you put the pouch of ichor?
It is in my backpack with everything else.
Good to know.
Am I about to catch on fire?
Giant snapping turtle. Bless you. Well, I'm going to turn into a bird and go take a look. Except I'm going to do that while forgetting to let him get down first. So, I'm turning into a hawk.
Drop me and the two cats.
He turns into the hawk, and you fall off of his tail feathers as he flies away, and just you and the two hellcats. You take...
Whoops.
Shouldn't I make like a dex save or something?
Make a dex saving throw. You take 2 bludgeoning damage, as your butt hits the ground. But you're able to catch yourself a little bit with one of your hands.
Whoop! Sorry! Forgot you were up there!
Not the problem. I'm told I'm very light for being a
I can't hear him anymore. Alright, what do I see? What do I see?
So you're flying around. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
As the rock starts coming right at you.
14.
14, you just dodge out of the way as this rock is flying through the air. But as you do, you can see where this rock is coming from. And there seems to be this giant creature. He had very, very strong looking. He has these very, very large arms, little bitty short, stubby legs. He has teeth. You can see his mouth is very large. He has two teeth coming out of either side that are kind of flattened off at the top. And he is just picking up big mounds of the stone and just.
Well, looks like he's having fun. And I describe it to Horton, who I can't hear.
Yeah, he just seems to be digging a big pit for one reason or another.
Do I see a way that we could go around it?
Yeah, you can. You can see about the range of his rock throwing, and you could traverse outside of that range. It would probably add a day to your travel.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back. Land on Horton's shoulder. Turn back into a hermit. Well, here's what I found, and I'll tell him all the stuff I just found. We could go around, but I don't know. Maybe he's friendly.
Whether he's friendly or not, it could be very dangerous to try and come up close to him.
Well, I mean, I could help him dig out some of that hole he's digging. He might like that.
Perhaps, if you could get him to stop long enough so that he wouldn't hit you with a rock.
Well, I mean, he's not really aiming. We just need to get his attention and say, "Hey, buddy, we're coming. Don't hit us with rocks." That should work.
If you think it'll work, you would certainly have a lot more experience dealing with people than I would. So if you think it'll work, I'll go along with your plan.
It's sad to say that the hermit has more experience than you do with people.
It may have been a couple hundred years, but you know, something had to drive him to be a hermit to begin with.
I don't like people. Oh, and wait until you find out what it was that drove me to be a hermit in the first place.
I'm certain you can't wait to find
I
out
am
either.
waiting.
Wait until I find out too. How much did you never give me a total? Anyway,
You never told me you never told me if cannibalism was allowed or not.
dealer's choice. Well, I mean, so how are we gonna get these here, these hellcats, whatever they are, them animals? I don't know if it's really a great idea for me to, walk up there as a big old mammoth.
Probably not. If there was perhaps if you were to be a bird again, and you could get over to him very quickly, and then you could turn back into yourself and talk to him that way. That might be the best way to do things.
Sure. What if I do I could do a real big like an eagle. I could put you on my back. I could carry you. We could both go over. We could leave the hellcats here and then come back for them.
Perhaps that would work. Yes. As long as they don't get. Never mind.
I know. He already thought of it. All right, well, hop on. I turned into a big old eagle. It's a like a kind of a reddish eagle. I would normally do a brown one with some black stripes, kind of like racing stripes, but. Since we're in hell, I go a little more on the red side, and I got some orange and gold right at the tips of my feathers, and kind of like a phoenix, but as an owl.
Cool.
I thought it was an eagle.
That's what I meant, eagle. Words.
Tomato.
I didn't want to do owl. It's an owl eagle. It's like an owl bear, but more eagle.
Mm-hmm.
And less owl.
All right, so you're riding him as an eagle
Yes.
over to this thing.
Yes.
Hold on tight. We might have to dodge some rocks.
I'm quite certain I can make sure they hold on tight. I
Yes.
can't guarantee you're going to survive that, but
So,
Ow, ow, not that feather.
I wasn't a feather. I need both of you to roll me dexterity saving throws as you approach this creature.
Dex,
20?
Dex. 14.
All right. So you managed to just barely dodge out of the way and doing a full 360 as you do so. But luckily, Horton's got that iron grip, and he ain't going nowhere.
My pop used to call that a barrel roll.
But you do manage to get closer to the creature. You're within 30 feet of it now.
All right, so I'm gonna land and turn back to a hermit. Has he seen us?
He's not paying you any mind now.
I will walk up to the edge of his pit or whatever it is that he's digging, and I will call out to him. Hello, Mr. Whatever you are.
This is why I bring Horton.
And as you do, you see he picks up another rock and goes, "Arr?" And looks over in your direction.
And I will wave at him. Hello, sir. Hello, my name is Horton, and this is my friend. I don't have a name for him because he forgot it some 100 years ago. And we're wondering if perhaps you could stop throwing rocks all over the plain back there for just a short period of time, so that we can cross it safely with our cargo.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
I'd be willing to. Wait, I want to help. I'd be willing to help you dig out some of your hole if you want.
Roll with advantage.
And I'm also a dwarfling, and I'm also very good at digging things. So I could also help with that as well. I may not look like it, but I'm actually very capable at digging.
It's true.
I have a
It doesn't look
song.
like it.
I have a song to go with it.
Digging up them holes.
Persuasion with advantage.
Yes.
17.
So, he's got this big old rock in his hand that he's just dug up. And he kind of looks at you. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll be across your little plain here in just a few brief moments. We'll go back and get our stuff, and then we'll help you dig this hole for a little bit. Is that okay?
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. You're back.
So we beat feet across the way, or beat wings, not feet, and
Eagle back. Yeah.
and then we beat feet back across to where the thing is.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm gonna go from where the hellcat is to where the other side of where all the rocks were landing, and then come back to the hole.
Okay. How are you traversing? Are you going as eagle?
Yeah. I'll take the eagle. I could do. How much can I
You got
carry as an
time?
eagle? And I think I can do both.
Yeah, you can do both. One in each claw. You just
yeah,
can't
I'll
carry Horton at the same time.
Just leave
Horton
Horton there
will
for a
stay.
minute.
Horton will stay with the creature.
Sure.
So yeah, you take them over out of the range, and make your way back. And once you get back, we dig now.
Yes,
Yeah,
we will dig now.
What are you trying to dig for?
Digging a hole.
Ah.
Oh, but why
I
are you
see.
digging a hole?
For sleep.
Oh, sleeping is very important, and holes are a great place to do it. Tell me,
Yeah.
Mr. Creature, what are you?
I am I don't remember.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Well, that is very unfortunate that you cannot remember what you are. Do you remember who you are?
I throw rock.
So your name is Throw Rock.
Yes.
Well, Throw Rock, it is great to meet you. It is wonderful to add you to my list of acquaintances. We will now help you to dig this hole. And how deep would you like this hole to be?
About this deep.
Very good.
He's about 30 feet tall.
Okay, and how deep does he have the hole so far?
He's currently working on making it big enough for him to get in. So
he can just
he's
stand
got about a 30-foot circle worked out, and it looks like he's trying to go down and in, kind of making like a cave.
All right, I'm gonna do some mold earth. Pull out 5 feet at a time.
Okay.
Do I
I
still
can only
have that
move it 5 feet also, so I have to like multiple trips to get it up.
You can also just mold it in.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And I will dig for all I'm worth.
All right. So you roll me a strength check.
How about athletics?
Athletic works. Athletics
Normal.
is a strength check.
24.
24. Okay. So he's picking up these huge rocks and throwing them out. Picking up these huge rocks and throwing them out. He's getting a lot of work done. You are getting almost as much work done as he is, because he's a lot slower at throwing them. He's getting a lot more at a time in throwing it, but your pace is also matching his with the amount of rock you guys are getting out. And Hermit over here is just earth bending left and right, just, and he's doing more work than both of you put together.
I'm also making some shapes while I'm doing it, mostly like leaves and a couple of like random animal faces, just sitting on the edges.
Ooh, pretty. And yeah, so it only takes you guys about 3 hours to get this done. You're very tired afterwards.
Mr. Throwrock, it has been a great pleasure to help you digging out this hole. Are you just going to go to sleep here now?
Yes, very tired. Thank you for help.
Before we move along, I do have a couple of brief questions for you.
How long?
How long do you expect yourself to be sleeping here?
Till it fills with lava, probably.
Well, that seems like a very dangerous thing. Why would you be waiting for it to fill with lava?
It just happens sometimes.
What is it that exhausts you so much that you fall asleep until it fills with lava?
No, I don't sleep until lava. I live here till lava.
Ah, yes, but what is it that exhausts you so much that you are so tired?
Digging holes.
It was pretty tiring. Did you have any food in there? Did you eat something before you take your nap?
I eat rock.
Ah, that's effective. It's gotta be terrible coming out the other end, though.
It's quite delicious. Very large bird.
Yep, I'm out of questions.
So Hermit, roll me a nature check.
Why is my nature not better? 14.
14.
A lot of 14s today.
Yeah, you know what a rock is. A
Yep.
rock is a very, very large bird.
Oh, yeah.
ROC rock, not ROCK.
Yeah.
As soon as he says very delicious bird, you're like, oh, that kind of rock. Gotcha. Very, very dangerous in the material plane.
That makes a lot more sense.
One final question for
I'm
you.
going to
Mr.
explain
Thor-
that to Horton, because he probably doesn't know.
Not the slightest idea. But one more question for you, Mr. Throwrock. Helping you out has also exhausted us a little bit. Would it be all right if we stayed here in your little hole with you for a short period of time before we move on about our business?
That's okay.
Well, thank you very much. You are a most accommodating friend.
I sleep now.
Oh, yes.
He kind of crawls into the back and just curls up, and he's out.
Well, he sure was a nice fella. I'm glad we didn't have to fight him, though. That would have been hard.
Well, I'm certainly glad that we were able to make a new friend. I love adding new friends to the people that I've met.
I used to have a friend. We called him Murder Hobo, and I try not to do that if I can help it.
My mother once told me about a friend like that, and the many people that he killed. I certainly would have no experience with it myself, but from her stories, they don't seem like very nice people.
Yeah. So are we gonna take a short rest?
Sure.
What do we do? What do we get for a short rest?
Hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't really need any right now.
I might take one.
Or any other short rest benefit.
What are the other short rest benefits?
If you have something that recharges on a short rest,
Well, that's
you get
true.
those abilities back.
Oh yeah, I'm back to full health. I have a couple things that are.
Yeah.
I have a couple things that come back in short rest. Yeah. Yep.
Do you get spell slots in a short rest?
If you're a warlock,
What if I'm not?
no.
Oh, all right. Good talk.
A lot.
All right, well. I think I'm ready to get back on the road. What about you?
Oh yes, I'm quite ready. I think. I almost wish there was some sort of gift that we could leave for our friend when he wakes up, but I don't know what he would like. So, because I did quite enjoy his company.
Well, I wonder if there's any birds around here, and I'm going to look around and see if we see any rocks flying about.
Roll a perception check.
If it's less than my passive, do I get to use the passive? Okay, that fell.
Nope. You are actively looking, which negates your
I am. Perception. Oh yeah, it wouldn't be less than that anyway. 28.
28. So you can see off in the distance there seems to be a small forest that may be home to some rocks.
But nothing right away.
You don't see any rocks flying throughout the air now.
Nah, I don't see anything that I think he would like.
All right. Well, it was a noble thought, perhaps. My mother always did say that it was the thought that counts, and we've had the thought, so I guess it counts.
And we did help him do a lot of digging. That was some hard work.
Yes. Well,
I mean, for
like-
you, I just stood here and did like this.
Well, I do like to work with the rocks and with the earth with my hands, so it was quite enjoyable for me, really. And I do feel as though I've learned quite a bit more about the rocks here in Hell now, so perhaps I'll be more useful in the future, and if we have a question about those again.
Yeah, I don't see
Maybe.
that happening.
Probably not.
Right then, well, let's go get them things. I'm just gonna go straight to Mammoth again.
And
Okay.
and I will climb on top of him, and we will ride, I guess, all the way to whatever happens next.
Alright, so Gavi, roll a d10,
Oh dear.
and Monkey, roll a d10.
I have a 2.
D10.
Huh?
Oh,
Did I
10.
do it again, Masters?
You roll a 10,
I did. Did I do it?
so double 0.
Just regular 0.
Or sorry, it's regular 0, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you get back and the hellcats are gone.
But we brought them with us.
Mm-hmm. They're not there anymore.
No, we crossed the plane, we brought them back, they were with us in the hole.
No, he took them to the other side.
I took them past
where he was
the edge
going
of the
up.
rock throwing.
I'm lost.
So I went-
After you guys,
So we
after you
crossed.
guys talked, after you guys talked, he went back and got the 2 hellcats and
Uh-huh.
took them to the other side, and then came back.
Like he had the diameter of the circle. I took him to the outside of the circle where he was throwing the rocks, so
Okay.
that he wouldn't hit them.
But wouldn't those have always been within sight?
No, you guys couldn't see him when you first started seeing the rocks. He has a great throwing distance, at 120 feet.
Well, in hindsight, maybe we should have kept those with us.
I certainly thought that we had.
Do you see any kind of tracks or anything that something might have grabbed them?
I can certainly take a look.
Yeah, well, I'll look too.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm. Either both of you roll or one of you roll with advantage.
Let's both do it. Because you have a +0 and I have a +2. So I got an 8.
I got a 20.
Naturally?
Naturally.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's the only way you can get it. So,
that's true.
you're looking around, and Horton, you remember there was one that was pretty grotesque and was leaking, and you find that trail, and it looks like it's leading off in a distance. Like if you guys are going this way to get back to the city, it veers off just slightly to your cardinal west.
Well, there's 100 gold over there. We should probably go get them. Did you see anything?
Yes, there's a blood trail from whatever I think counts as blood down here in hell. We should follow that perhaps to find our stolen goods.
Yeah, I should have seen that myself.
Do not worry. That is why there are two of us. Perhaps as a mammoth, you simply don't have the eyesight for it.
Maybe. Well, let's go that way and see what we find.
I'm going to turn back into a hermit, though, because I don't really need to be a mammoth right now. Maybe.
Okay. All right. So you guys start following this trail. Give me perception checks.
This is going to go wonderfully.
17.
That's what I rolled.
Okay. So you both see it at the same time. There is this very, very large tree that looks like the center of it has been carved out. And that is where the trail leads.
How big is the opening?
The opening looks to be about 20 foot wide, 30 foot tall. And the tree itself is probably bigger than your tree from back home. So probably 120 feet diameter.
With a hole that size going into the tree, I wonder if perhaps we've got another one of Mr. Throwrock in there.
Maybe. Want to go say hi?
Certainly. Perhaps they will be kind enough to give us back our two hellcats.
Yeah, it can't hurt to ask.
He says obliviously.
Okay, so as you guys get closer, you see a small humanoid-looking creature with a pointed snout, and he's got a spear to one side.
Oh, look! That must be the person that rock back before was modeled upon.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really a modeled rock. It just kind of resembled the big... Anyway, okay, right, sure.
Hello, sir. Hello. My name is Horton TennyFoot of the TennyFoot Farms, and this is my friend the Hermit. We are coming this way because, as you can see upon the ground here, there is some blood, and we believe that blood is coming from some hellcats that we killed, and we are looking to see if perhaps they may have wandered over this way.
No. You see, he goes over and starts wiping his foot across the blood, trying to scatter it.
Well,
no
please,
blood trail here.
Please, sir, please don't do that because we're trying to follow that. We're trying to find our lost property.
No lost property here.
But I can clearly see that it does go directly into this tree, sir.
No trail.
But
Wipes his foot, trying to, kick some dirt over it.
I see you doing that, but if you look behind you, sir, there's quite a bit that goes directly into the tree far behind you.
No trail. He starts kicking it towards the door.
I'm going to turn into a hellhound and just growl at him.
And about this time, about 4 more come out, and I need you to roll initiative.
Oh,
Are these goblins? No, that's a legitimate question. Are these goblins?
No, these are not goblins.
Okay, because he would have recognized goblins, and he would have probably been a lot more afraid of those.
These are not goblins.
My initiative is 14.
9.
We don't have to
why
tell
does
us
everything always have to fight?
Well, Mr. Thorrock did not.
That's true. I'm proud of us for that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to just go in and attack.
Well, it's part of my secret mission. Anyway.
Secret mission.
Secret mission, yes. Oh dear, that's not good.
I think they're going first with a 22.
So as these all file out with their spears in hand, you see them kind of like talking back and forth to one another in a language that you guys don't understand. And they all kind of like fan out to where they've kind of got like an arc around you between you and the door. And they all thrust at you at the same time. So we're going to roll. And because they got a natural 20, they do have advantage.
No, they don't. Because I'm assuming I'm standing right next to the Hermit. Is that correct?
Yeah. What does that have to do with anything?
Hellhound has pack tactics.
When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. And I am wielding a shield. So they get a straight roll.
Ooh. Fancy.
When it attacks another target other than you,
Okay, well, how many of them are attacking him?
all 4 of them are attacking you.
Oh. But he's the Hellhound.
Yeah, but you're the one that's wanting to get the thing.
He was having a conversation with me. He reacted to the Hellhound.
Ooh, that's a natural
Oh.
20. 19, 15, and a 17.
Ooh, this isn't going well.
Does the 15 hit?
Hit me?
Yes, you.
Only 2 of those hit. The 20 and the 19.
The 20 and the 19. Okay. So the first, the natural 20 is going to do.
Oh, I thought those were damage rolls. Right.
So 3 plus 8, 12. No, that's not how math works. 11.
That's 11, yes.
So the
Math
first one
is
does
hard.
11 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
The second one does 9.
Okay.
Horton.
I certainly do not appreciate how you are treating me, sir. I am simply trying to get my property back, and I will return their strikes in kind. 18? One-handed.
He definitely hits. Yeah. One kobold falls. Second kobold falls.
I think he falls in half.
Absolutely.
Down the middle.
Yep. Just. The other kobolds are very, very terrified right now.
18.
Yep. All 4 kobolds dead in one fell swoop. Some of them more intact than the others. Anything else?
That was very quite rude of them. Now, did you say that there was 4 altogether, or 4 that came out?
4 that came out.
So there's a 5th one that's directly in front of us, the one we're talking to.
No. 3 more came out. There were 4, including the one that talked to you.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought there were
all
5 too. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, if there's a fifth one, I had something for him too.
I'm just gonna breathe fire on top of them. Just because I'm a hellhound and I can.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's Horton. Are you doing anything else?
At present, no. Unless it is to try and follow the trail further in to find our lost hellcats.
You may do so.
All right, let us follow the blood trail to find our lost hellcats.
So you step into this tree, and you can see that they have carved out pretty much the entirety of the inside, and it's all petrified. And you can see they've got like a makeshift spiral staircase that they've carved out that circles around up top, and you can hear more kobolds inside.
Okay.
All right.
Do I see where the trail is leading? Because that would be my primary focus.
It's going up the spiral staircase.
Oh, okay. Mr. Hermit, I think that they are upstairs, and I believe they have our hellcats up there as well.
Yes, it sure sounds like that. I'm gonna.
Perhaps.
Oh, go ahead.
Hermit, what you doing?
Well, I'm gonna. That's a good question. Thanks for asking. I'm going to change into a giant ape.
Okay.
Because that becomes a huge beast, and I'm hoping that I can just lift up Horton and essentially
He's gonna King Kong this, isn't he?
not God's King Kong. Thank you. I'm gonna King Kong up the staircase from the center of the spiral.
Okay. Yeah.
For my-
So
for my
it'll be your
movement.
action to reach down and grab him,
Yep.
which would normally be a grapple check, but I'm sure, Horton, are you resisting?
Not at all, sir.
That
Alright,
was
so you
awesome
grab
because the
Horton.
green screen didn't show your thumb, so it was like it looked like this.
I mean, that's kind of what my thumbs up is anyway, because I messed up this hand, and so this is kind of broken anyway, so you know, it's...
Sorry.
As you can see, any
So
of that,
you
but-
grab up Horton at the entrance, and you start climbing this center tower, and you get about halfway up to the first landing that they've got built, and you can see a group of kobolds that have shields that seem to be from floor to head, and they're just kind of like standing behind them with their spears.
Do I accidentally hit any of them while I'm climbing?
You haven't gotten up to them yet. You can just see them as you're climbing.
Okay.
Then on the kobold's turn, you see they seem to be forming some sort of line around the makeshift banister that they have, getting ready for you to come up. There seems to be about 6 of them. All right, Horton, what are you doing?
Well, I'm being carried by a very large monkey.
Yeah, you're about
I'm
10 feet.
Pun intended.
I'm holding you up.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's holding you up like this, and you're standing, and they're about 10 feet above you.
I mean, I did
Okay.
have you like this, but now.
Okay. Mother always told me to issue a challenge in the face of danger. Excuse me, Miss. I'm not sure if you're Misters or Mrs., but we are here to reclaim some lost property, and your people seem to have not only stolen it from us, but to attack us. We would appreciate it if you would lay down your arms and give us back that which we have, and we can leave in peace. Very happy with himself.
They give you no response, though they kind of like look at each other like, what's going on right now?
Mr. Hermit, they do not appear to want to negotiate. I believe it is now time to enter the offensive state of our encounter here.
Yeah.
Part of me that
Your
wants-
turn.
there's a part of me that wants to say throw me.
I do have a
Ending your
ranged
turn?
weapon attack called a rock. Can that be adapted to a
Oh,
dwarf?
absolutely.
It's like a
Absolutely.
rock.
Um,
All right. Well, I'm gonna in my head I'm gonna say, "Go get him, buddy!" and I'm just gonna throw him.
All right. So I guess, Horton, you were holding your action
yes.
to do what?
To strike at the first kobold that I find in range.
Okay. I need a attack roll from you using the rock.
Yep.
ROCK.
17 plus 9 is a bunch.
17 plus 9 is 26.
26. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're able to accurately throw him the distance that you choose. So you throw him, and Horton, as you get up to where you are in range of the first guy.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use my movement to try and climb up the rest of the way so I'm standing on something at their level?
Yes.
Okay.
But Horton gets to them first as you threw him.
Yep.
A 4 is not going to hit you. A 9 is not going to hit you. 15 doesn't hit you. 11 doesn't hit you. 7 doesn't hit you. And 6 doesn't hit you. So they all fell miserably as they
I'm very
try
surprised.
to thrust these weapons at you.
Nobody expects a flying dwarf, do they?
But you may get off at your attack.
My full action of attack?
No, just one attack.
Darn it. Well, we might still be able to have some fun here. We'll see what happens. Darn it. 21.
21. That hits, and you kill the first kobold,
All right.
even with his shield.
I'm quite sure. I was really
Alright.
hoping I was going to crit on
So,
that.
Hermit, you climb up the rest of the way.
Freeing
Right,
my
now
hands.
the
I could still
kobold-
like stand on the stairs or something if I had to. Whatever.
You are now as you jump up, they thrust at you, and you come down and slash one. So now you're standing, and you've got 2 on this side and 3 on this side. And so they form up and try and create a circle around you.
Should I only have 2 on both sides because there were 5 attacks and I killed one?
There were
There's
6.
6.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fine.
You're fine.
And so they're going to attack.
Nope. Yep.
Hey,
there's one.
natural 20. They finally get you.
It's about what it takes.
I have an armor class of 12, guys. Like seriously, do better.
They hit you for 10 piercing damage.
Oh no.
Oh, no. They hit you for 18
Oh, right.
piercing damage because it was a crit.
All right. Wait, that was me or for Monkey?
It was you.
That was me.
Okay.
Oh, that was him? Oh, I
No.
thought that was me.
Yeah. Nope, that was Horton. They're surrounding Horton. All right. Horton,
Yes.
you have 5 adversaries standing before you.
I have exactly what I need for this. Probably. We'll find out. I will begin to attack them. And
Okay.
here's one for the first,
Hits and kills.
and for the second,
Definitely hits and kills.
and for the third,
Hits and kills.
and for the fourth.
Definitely hits and chops in 2.
By the
Shield
way,
it all. You cleave right through the shield.
I have this other little thing here. It's part of my bonus action. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 HP with 1, you can make 1 melee weapon attack as a bonus action. And so here is a 5th one.
Yep. And dead. All 5 of them. So you just. One fell swoop, barely even trying. And these kobolds just fall down like dominoes. And you can kind of see there's a corridor that goes back, and you can see the 2 hellcats that you guys have killed sitting, laying on the floor back in the back.
Are there any more kobolds around?
Roll a perception check. You don't think there are?
Hold that thought for just a second.
Oh yeah, you do have Indomitable, don't you?
I do have Indomitable. I think that's for saving throws.
Yeah, that's a saving throw.
Saving throw, yeah. All right.
Why does that work?
Anything else here? Indomitable. Can't even use lucky on this because it wasn't a 1. Darn it.
Darn it, it wasn't a 1.
I know. I have like Horton is set up. He can't basically ever fail a roll. He's just
That has been
We've proven that
wrong
not to be true.
several times tonight.
I mean, okay. The only thing that he has problems with are natural checks. Aside from that, he's pretty broken. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. Hermit. You are now up at the height where you can see this corridor and you can see the hellcats as well. Though you will have to squeeze in order to get through the hallway, which reduces your speed in half.
And do I see anything? Do I see anyone else? Does it look like there's...
Roll a perception check.
26.
You distinctly hear several what sounds like rattling trees. And you also notice that the dead kobolds before you are wearing armor from petrified wood.
Yeah, I think we should grab them kobolds. the what are they? Hellcats. Hellcats, and probably just get out of here.
Is there nothing else of value around? Just Horton.
I don't know.
Horton wasn't paying that much attention.
It's my strength, 23. So with the strength of 23, I can carry 345 pounds. So can I grab one or two of the kobolds along with Horton and all of the hellcats and climb back down?
Pretty sure you can carry a lot more than that as upgrade 8.
What 25 strength?
Huge beast. 23.
So
So it's 345 total.
375.
I thought it was times 15.
It is times 15. 25 times 15?
23.
23, okay. Yeah. So as a grade 8, you can carry both hellcats and Horton, but you can't carry kobolds. Kobolds aren't very heavy, but your halfling with all of his gear is. Dwarfling with all of his gear is.
Well, here, do you want to take a second to see if there's anything good in them there bodies before we go?
Certainly I do. I would very much like to... I mean, it would be a shame to have come all this way and to have fought with all of these things here and then not to have gotten something out of it beyond just... I mean, they did try and kill us. And then they stole... After they stole from us.
So
definitely sounds like something worse is coming. No, I'm just as a warning.
Hermit, as you go to grab... you're squeezing through the corridor there, and you get to the hellcats and grab them. Out of the corner of your eye with your high perception roll, you see on either side of you about 4 on each side, more of these guards, and they're just going.
Can a great ape talk?
No.
And I'm just gonna look at them and I'm gonna go.
Wait, what's its intelligence?
I really just wanted to yell boo.
Oh, you could just roar.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Yeah. The ground seems to get a little bit more moist.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab my hellcats, go back out of the tunnel, while Horton is looking at the bodies.
Roll me an investigation check.
That's me.
Yep.
An 11.
You find a handful of makeshift shields that they were using, and then they each had a spear on them.
See if they had any herbs or anything.
All they appear to have on them is weapons. Is there like a little kitchen area around here where they may have kept things that like that, or a little treasure hoard where there might be gold or something?
That would require a further investigation.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know. I'll look around too, he says.
16?
16. So you start perusing around this place, and you find a couple of roll me a percentage die.
Is that D100?
Yeah, D100.
59.
Okay. So you're looking around and you find where they've been making armor and stuff out of the bark of this tree.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing looks of value.
I would certainly say not. I cut all the way through one of them from top to bottom. In
You
fact, I
do
cut all the way through
find-
two of them top to bottom using the same armor.
You do find a couple of hunks of meat. What kind of meat you do not know.
Down here doesn't really matter from what the fellow back on the farm said to us.
So, but that's about it. Nothing worth really anything.
Am I aware of the kobolds down either of the two corridors?
As you're perusing through, yeah, you definitely see them, and it looks like they've stacked on top of one another and have used their shields to try and blend in, but they're rattling so much you can definitely tell they're there.
Little kobolds, we are not going to hurt you anymore, but there is a cost to stealing from people and trying to kill them, and so we'll be taking this little bit of meat here, and we'll be taking back our property, and you should all rethink your lives very carefully, because it's not nice to steal from people, or to try to kill them. Either of those two things, you shouldn't do those. All right, have a good day. And he will turn around and walk away.
Okay.
I'll hold out my hand so you can climb on.
I will climb into his hand, with the meat and the.
Go up on my shoulder so I can climb, will you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Immediately.
Like a little parrot. Want a cracker?
Caw. Caw.
And
So
I
you
will
guys,
start climbing down.
Yeah, you guys make your way out with your hellcats in tow, a few extra pounds of meat on you, and you start making your way back towards the direction of the city.
Before we completely leave, I'm going to turn back into a hermit, and I'm going to look at the 4 bodies that are out there.
Okay.
See if they have anything good.
Roll investigation.
Well, I'm going to drop it from investigation. 12.
Well, you don't really find anything of value on them.
Now stink.
They seem to be very light on what they held dear to them.
Well, mammoth again, and we'll carry on.
Are they still tied up?
Yeah, they're still tied up.
Yeah.
All right.
They,
Continuing along, then. On
the
open road.
The pelts look a little bit worse for wear as they were drug as opposed to carried. But they're not any more ruined than they were.
I mean,
Perfect.
the other one was okay. Yep. All right. Well then, Mr. Hermit, let us go on our way.
You know, it's times like these I really miss that thirstier guy.
Yes, he perhaps could have been very helpful. He may have been a better negotiator than I was with the kobolds and could have potentially saved us that entire nasty bit of business.
No,
Or he
actually,
could've-
that part was kind of fun. I got to climb up a staircase, but no, I was thinking you could just teleport us. We'd be
that's-
home by now.
Yes, that would be very, very appreciated. And we could have. Although, if we had done that, we would not have been able to meet Mr. Throwrock.
That's true, yeah. But then I wouldn't have had to dig any.
Well, of course, digging, of course, is not particularly undesirable.
True, yeah, that's true.
We do a lot of digging, really. Since we've been together, we dug when we tried to get the goblins, and then we dug again here. Who knows how much more digging we're going to do? This could be a very dig-filled adventure.
I suppose that's true.
It's as though digging is something that follows me wherever I go.
Before we leave that area completely, I'm gonna do some mold earth, and I'm gonna make the ground right outside the entrance to the tree difficult terrain for the next hour.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shape it so it's like a big angry ape face facing towards the tree. So when they come out and they're walking down the steps from the entrance of the tree, they just see this giant ape face, and then they have a lot of trouble walking across it.
That's fair. Okay, so you guys start making your way back. I need a survival check.
From everyone?
One or both.
Oh, I don't care.
13?
16. That's with a plus 11, by the way. That was a bad roll.
You guys are able to find your way back to your previous trail, and you continue on in the direction of what you believe to be the city.
As we're going along, I'm looking for a roadside weasel attraction, just for reference.
A roadside weasel attraction?
Just in case there's, weasels hanging from trees.
Perhaps one of them is named Lester, and he has friends.
Sure, it's nice being out on the open road, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Hey, what was that song you were singing earlier?
Oh, yes, it goes something like this. Do you need a break from modern living?
I sure
Do
do.
you long to shed your weary load? Please
I've
don't
done
do
that for
by the way.
years.
Please don't do that, because then our hellcats would be on the ground again and they could be stolen.
That's true. Yeah.
And copyright.
You guys, no, that singing was not near good enough.
Wow.
You guys make your way a little bit further, and you start feeling that pull of exhaustion coming once again.
Yeah, we should probably look for a place to hunker down for the evening, don't you think?
Certainly, we should, and we should do a better job of maintaining our quarry here, so that, thought, so that it does not get stolen again.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around for a spot to camp.
Survival check.
Survival check.
One or both, or
Just him.
okay.
16.
16? Okay. You're able to find a tight grouping of trees where you believe you would have enough cover should anything come up on you.
This time I'm going to dig a pit with my mold earth and put
Okay.
the hellcats inside the pit so that no one could get them as easy.
Okay.
And then
Hey, how you feeling, by the way? You're doing okay?
I'm doing all right, I suppose. I perhaps have a little bit of fatigue because we've been going such a long time and we had to fight the kobolds and everything. They did hit me a little bit, but it wasn't all that bad. So I think I'm doing quite well.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe we could do a little bit of healing. What do you think?
Certainly we could, sir.
I just don't know which healing one is the best out of all of them. I think healing spirit, right? Your creatures can see the moves. The spirit for the first time on turn. Starts there, you can cause 1d6.
It kind of depends on what level you're casting.
I can heal the number of times equal to +1 your spellcasting ability. What's my spellcasting ability? So that'd be whatever level I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'd be 2d6. If I do it at 3rd level... How low are you?
Oh, I'm down. Oh, that's wrong. I'm down 28 points, I think. No, more than that.
All right.
I'm actually down like 38, something like that.
I'll do a 4th level healing spirit because it lasts for up to a minute. So we can do it. Is that 6 times?
10
right?
times.
10
Because if it's per round, then it's 6 seconds.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can only do it 5 times, but there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll do
So since this is actually the first time this has come up, I just will let you know, during a long rest, after you complete the second half of the long rest, you don't also gain back all of your spell slots. You gain up to 5 levels of spell slots, so you can take a level 5 or a level 4 and a level 1 or 5 level 1s, but you don't gain all 5, or you don't gain all your spell slots back.
So it's 5 total?
Yeah,
For a long rest?
5 levels of spells.
Wow. So I couldn't even get a 9th level back? How does
Yeah,
that
so
work?
if you use your 9th level spell, you have to take a full rest in order to get your 9th level spell back.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about, doing a full rest anyway, right?
No,
you don't.
full rest is when you're in town.
Yeah, full rest, you have to be in a safe space.
Right. Okay. But I could do this 1 4th level, which is really all I've spent right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put a 5-foot square of healing spirit. I need a little bit, but I'll do you first. 9. That's 1. 7. 2. Oh, hold on. Actually, hold that thought. Add 3 and 2. I was supposed to be doing 3d6. How are you looking now?
207 out of 224. That really ought to be plenty.
Yeah, I'll do one more for you.
Okay.
I'm only down 12. Have another 10. That's 4.
All right. Doing quite well then.
And then I'll step in there for the last one. 6, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 for me too. Boop. Now I'm down 2. Well,
Thank you for...
Yeah, you're welcome. You mind? I'm actually kind of tired after doing all that walking. You mind taking the first watch tonight?
That was entirely my intention because of your great helpfulness in carrying the things all the day and for also healing me just now. I will take the first watch.
Perfect. Good night, then.
Good night.
All right, perception check.
Before I go to sleep, I am going to say a quick prayer to my my god.
Okay.
Just hope she's doing well. That's all.
Horton will take note of that, but not react.
All right.
Perception is 19.
All right, now roll a d12.
An 11.
Okay. So you keep an eye out. You kind of walk the perimeter of these trees that you guys have found your nesting in. You check in on the pit where the hellcats are, just making sure nothing uncouth has happened to them. And your 2 hours pass by and nothing happens. The Hermit
While all this is happening, I would like to take out the pouch with the sticky sap in it, and I'd like to investigate that and just make sure like nothing untoward is happening with it.
Okay, so you reach into your bag and just you reach in, and it's just like everything inside of it is now coated in this ichor.
Hmm.
As sacks are not really meant to hold liquids, even as viscous as this liquid is.
I thought it was like a leather pouch.
Leather pouches have holes at the top and are not non-porous.
Okay. And out. All right. Well, that is very unfortunate.
I mean, they're not completely coated, but everything has a little bit on it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not entirely It's not great because I can't just lick it off. That's not happening. Well, while I'm still have some time, I'm gonna do my best to just like get it out of everything and probably discard the pouch because it's
Okay.
not.
Yeah. So yeah, you can take your time over the course of the 2 hours while the hermit is out, and just slowly get everything cleaned up.
Okay.
Nothing is completely clean, but clean enough to where you feel comfortable that should something happen, it won't burst into flame and kill you.
Okay. And I'll get rid of the pouch completely.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All good.
Mr. Hermit, perception check.
Perception check.
That's why can I never find that? 24.
24. Okay. Now roll me a d12.
D12. That's a 10.
10. Okay. So the next 4 hour, actually the next 3 hours. It's a weird combination. You guys can actually get this full rest done in about 5 hours due to Mr. Hermit being an elf. Elf?
Yes.
Elf.
What elf? Yeah.
That didn't sound right.
Because we haven't really said it once.
He's
Yeah.
got like rickets.
So yeah, same for you. You keep an eye out. Nothing seems to happen. Everything.
And while I'm keeping an eye out, I do want to look around for some more plants and herbs and things.
Okay. Roll Arcana.
Sure. Unless you want medicine.
Nope, I want Arcana.
That's fair.
You're rolling Arcana because you are trying to remember ingredients for potions.
Okay. All right. 13.
13. Okay, now you're going to roll a nature check to make sure you know what those look like in their natural form.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. And then you're going to roll with advantage on
For a
survival.
22.
Or not with advantage, with a +5.
I did advantage. Hold on, I'll go again. That's way worse. Plus what?
5.
+5.
So 16, 21.
21.
Yeah, 13 at first. I got a 5.
So you are able to find some more plants, though you look at these plants that you find that you believe are going to make a health potion compared to the ones that you had found earlier in your travels, and you notice slight variances in the plants. So you want to try and keep those separate from one another.
I now have in my thing I have potion ingredients and other potion ingredients. And does it look like enough for one potion again?
Yes, enough for one more potion. All right. And you guys have finished your long rest.
So I get 1 spell slot back.
You get 5.
Well,
levels
I only
for it.
used a 4th, so I get that
Yeah,
one.
if you
back.
only used a 4th, you get that one back.
But no HP changes.
Not unless you roll hit die.
Okay. How often do we get hit die back?
At the end of a long rest, you get half of however much total you can have.
Okay. Actually, let
A
me reset
long
that.
rest or a full rest?
At the end of a long rest, you get half of your hit dice back. Right?
I don't know.
You're the one with the homebrew rules here. You tell us.
Yeah.
That spell one's going to be tough, though.
Let's hold off on that and say full rest for now, and I will double check.
Okay.
Because it's not my homebrew rule; it's someone else's.
XPs?
No, it's Dungeon Coach.
Okay. Because I know XP does something very similar.
Yeah. So I'll confirm that before next time.
All right. Well then, Mr. Hermit, shall we get on our way?
I suppose.
I wonder how far we are from our destination.
You want me to go take a
Roll
look?
Perception check.
Well, perception. 13.
13. You can very clearly see a large tower off in the distance.
Okay.
which
Does
you
it look
believe
like the
is
right
the
tower?
city. With a 13, he can't tell if it's the right tower, but you believe it is the city.
All right, well, hop on board.
Very well, sir. I will climb on top of him. And,
I do that so often.
There we go.
All right.
And we will mammoth along.
Roll a d12.
To the mammoth or to the...
Both of you.
2.
3.
Okay.
I win.
So you guys start making your way down this road. Or it's not even really a road, it's just the direction that you are headed where you think the city is. 3-4 hours go by, and that tower that you saw seems to be getting larger and more in focus than before. And it is, in fact, the city of Melsheen.
That would have been a fun twist.
Yeah, that is bad. But you guys, now in the confidence, the last few hours of your walk don't seem to hinder you, as you're like, finally, we've made it. So after another few hours, you finally make it back to the entrance to Melsheen, and that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Hey, Horton, maybe if we're going to go out and do one of these things again to capture some heavy animals, maybe we get, like, I don't know, a cart, something.
Well, we certainly should do that, although we first probably had to have some money in order to make that happen, and now we will have a
Yeah.
little bit of money, so we should be able to make it.
We will have a little bit, not a lot of money, but we'll have some, yeah.
We're going to try very hard to make sure that Thurkear doesn't spend it in the arena.
Unless he can make more in the arena, then that might be okay.
Could be, yes, perhaps. We shall have to see what the prizes are for winning,
Yeah.
because we did not find that out at all. We just found out that we didn't have enough to join.
We never do we?
Never ever.
Because there seems to be a little dwarfling that likes to run people off with as much work as he says.
What do you mean?
What? Wonder who that is.
I
Have we
didn't
met
run
them?
anyone. I've never run anyone off. So he's the one who keeps changing into dangerous animals and scaring people away. He was
Just
a
a
hellcat in
bunch.
the arena. He was a hellcat in the arena. He was a hellhound at the kobold thing.
I'm just saying, there's a pattern here.
I was going for intimidation. It worked.
It definitely worked both times.
Well, thank you both.
Oh yes, this is good
I
fun.
missed Mumbles tonight. Hopefully, we'll get him back in 2 weeks.
Yes. We need our straight man, so that we can.
I just want to say random encounters are a lot more fun when I can just make them up on the spot and don't have to look up creatures.
Fair.
A lot of fun.
They were not bad. I like it's a good balance. Like we had a fair. No, yes, we didn't really have like a dangerous encounter this time, but like it was good. I think all the
You
stuff.
could have had a dangerous encounter, but you decided to talk instead of fight.
Well, it's really in Horton's nature to try and make friends with things because he's just encountering new things. He's just trying to make friends with everybody.
And I was totally having a metagaming, trying not to be a murder hobo.
I mean, anything that's 30 feet tall and throwing rocks 120 feet, probably not super high on our list of things we want to start a problem with.
Hey, I could be a giant ape.
And he was just casually throwing them. He wasn't even trying. When
Yeah.
they were going 120 feet. Imagine his strength modifier.
I'm sure you had it all written down.
Yep, all written down.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a giant ape too?
He was not a giant ape, no.
Like a rock troll or something?
Huh?
Was it like a rock troll or something?
No. Actually, I made him up on the spot.
Okay.
Nice.
He's not an actual creature from what I know. I was more picturing a rancor than anything.
Gotcha.
Mhm. I was too, as you were describing it.
Yeah. But I came up with a name, but then I thought, well, he wouldn't know what he's called.
Uh-huh.
Because his intelligence is super low.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I don't remember what I was going to call it now. It started with the TH, but that's about as much as I can remember.
So throw rock was perfect.
Throw Rock was a great name.
I approve.
Mm-hmm. I was totally willing to talk with the kobolds too, but they started trying to stab me. That didn't go very well for them.
The kobolds were a tougher sale, especially after you turned into a hellhound.
I tried. It almost worked. Luckily, they were very frightened of giant apes and
Well, they were very frightened of you in general,
and killing dwarves.
especially after a solid swing through 5 of them.
Yeah. All right, well, good night, boys. Good night, YouTube. Good night, Twitch.
Good night. All those lovely things.
Bye, everybody.
And always remember,